Did this YA dystopian thriller make my head happy? Or should I have my head examined for having read it? Hi, I'm Amanda, and this is Spineless Books, your one-stop shop for all things audiobook. HappyHead by Josh Silver is a new YA dystopian thriller. It's set at a mental health facility, an experimental mental health facility of the same name, and it follows Sebastian, or Seb, whose family is pretty convinced that he has depression. He doesn't agree, but he goes along with acceptance into the facility because, first of all, it's considered rare, and second of all, he wants to appease his family and just sort of set this depression thing straight once and for all. Upon arrival at the facility, it becomes very clear, very quickly, that everything is weird. The facility seems to have way too much information about all of the participants, things that there's really no way that they would know, and somehow they have all of this information, and it just is a little bit off. Things start out really, really odd. Now, the participants range from really super eager to be there and wanting to be involved in everything to complete refusal of participation to somewhere in the middle, and that's where Seb falls. So he's sort of our baseline character, and then we have characters that are more extreme than him and way more disinterested than him. So he's a great barometer for us of this really weird situation. So the participants have a super bizarre situation. They're cut off from the outside world, no cell phones, hardly any possessions. They're even given clothing to wear that isn't their choice. They're placed in teams, and the teams have been developed by HappyHead facility in order to sort of best assist in their recovery, and they don't really seem to make any sense. Very quickly, the teams are placed in challenges and they're forced to work together. So we learn the characters on Seb's team fairly quickly, which includes two girls and another guy, and we start to see how they function as a team or don't. There's a mix of challenges. Some of them are super easy and not too big of a deal, and others are downright abusive, really physically challenging and not safe. It becomes clear to Seb very quickly that he's got to get out of there. This becomes the majority of the quest of the book and the challenge that he has to overcome. He makes some allies along the way, he makes some enemies, and he learns a little bit more about this facility as he goes through the story. Overall, this book kept me guessing. I really wanted to know how it was going to end, and I will spoil simply this. It's a cliffhanger, but here's the good news. The next book, the conclusion to the duology called Dead Happy by the same author, Josh Silver, is due out in February. I'm really looking forward to this next book because I need to know how this story's going to end. The book is narrated by Hugh Parmenter, who you might know from his role on Killing Eve. Here's my one small complaint, and it's small, but I feel like he sounded a little bit too old to narrate the main character. What I did really appreciate, however, was the way that he narrated the character's inner monologue. It was almost like a little mumbly, but it worked well. It totally sold me that I was hearing what Seb was thinking internally and not something that was meant to be discussed outside. So I think overall he was a really solid narrator. I just wish he sounded a teeny bit younger. Seb is supposed to be in his late teens, and Hugh Parmenter sounds like an adult. Overall, I'm definitely excited for the next book. This one took me by surprise. I didn't have high expectations. I thought the cover was super cool, so let me try it out. But it got me right away, and I really liked it. I don't even know that I would call it totally YA, like it reads a little bit more adult than YA in my opinion, but it was a really worthwhile read, and I am extremely excited for next month when Dead Happy comes out, so I can hear the end of this awesome story. But remember, you might love what I hate and hate what I love, so make your own opinion. But thanks for listening to mine. Let me know if you've read this one. I don't know many people who have. I hope you like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time, and I'll definitely update you when I get to the end of Dead Happy.